Your clinic is losing money every time a call goes to voicemail. I'll show you how to capture every booking, even at 2 a.m. Your receptionist is overwhelmed, patients are hanging up, and you're losing bookings to competitors who answer. Hiring staff is costly, and robotic systems frustrate patients. That's why I built an AI agent that answers calls and books appointments, sounding completely human. If you've been following my tutorials on building AI agents in n8n, you know how powerful automation can be. Sometimes you need a little bit more personalized help to get your projects up and running smoothly. So I'm excited to offer one-on-one coaching sessions where you get direct personalized guidance from me, whether it's setting up your first AI agent, troubleshooting your workflow, or building a custom automation from scratch. If you're interested, just check the link in the description. And before we proceed, let me quickly mention that my team builds custom AI solutions just like this, designed to cut costs, save time, and let you focus on what really matters, like generating revenue for your business. So if you want one, hit the link in the description. Lastly, I'm gonna leave a link to this workflow in the description below. So once you download this workflow, you're going to click on the three dots up here. You're going to click import from file, and all that's gonna be left for you is setting up credentials. Now let's go ahead and do a demo. So we'll first try to book a slot that's already been booked, and we'll try to mention that we are an existing patient, but if you look at the records, I'm not in the existing patient's records. So let's go ahead and give it a try.
Hello, welcome to County Clinic. How may I help you today?
Hello, I'd like to see a dentist.
How may I help you today? Certainly, I can help you with that. Is this for a new patient or are you an existing patient?
Yeah, I'm an existing patient.
Okay, may I have your full name and contact number, please?
Yeah, it's Alex Safari. My phone number
Thank
is
you. And what is your
yeah, my phone number is
Yes, please go ahead.
yeah, 978 654
My
132.
Thank you. And can you confirm the name? It was Alex Safari.
Yes.
Thank you. One moment while I verify your details. I am sorry, but I am unable to locate your details in our system. Would you like me to add you as a new patient, or would you like to try a different phone number?
Yeah, you can add me as a patient.
Okay, I will need a bit more information then. Could you please provide your date of birth and gender?
Yeah, so my date of birth is 26th uh July 1990.
Thank you. And your gender, please?
It's male.
Okay, and do you have any insurance information you'd like to provide?
Not really.
No problem. Could you share your email address, please? I will read it back to you to confirm.
Yeah, it's safari at example.com.
Okay, so just to confirm, that's SAFARI at example.com.
Yes.
Perfect. Now, is there anything specific you'd like to discuss with the dentist or any particular concerns you have?
Yeah, I'm just going into for a regular checkup.
Okay, and when would you like to book your checkup? Please provide the date and time that works best for you.
Is there availability between 7 p.m. tomorrow and 7:30?
Let me check that for you. Okay, so the 7 p.m. slot is unavailable, but we do have an opening at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. Would you like me to book that for you?
Mm, okay.
I
That's fine.
Okay, just to confirm, you would like to book a dental checkup for tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. I will book that in for you now. I need a bit more information to complete the booking. Could you please provide Alex Safari's date of birth, gender, and email address?
Mm, it's 26th June 1990.
Lane. And your gender?
Yeah, it's male.
Ah. And finally, could you provide the email address?
Yeah, so it's safari@example.com.
Okay, thank you. One moment while I finalize the booking. Perfect, you are all booked in. Your appointment is for a dental checkup tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Your confirmation number is 451U902OAREQKG5, DN09G, UHPA0. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
That's it. Thank you.
Happy I could help with your booking. Have a wonderful day.
So the AI agent just made the appointment booking. Let's see if it added, yeah, it also added me to the patient's database. So existing patient's database. Yeah, it looks like it's working fine. Now let's go ahead and look under the hood to see how this system is working. So this system is being triggered by a webhook. So first things first, these are the APIs that you'll need. So you'll need an n8n, you need an n8n cloud version or a self-hosted version. So in my case, I'm using a cloud version. I'll leave a link in the description for the software. You'll also need an Open Router API key. So you'll go to openrouter.ai. You're going to set up an account with Open Router. This is going to be your LLM. So this right here. This right here. So you're going to add the Open Router chat model. You're going to create new credential. You're going to name your credential. You're going to, once you set up an account with the Open Router, it's going to take you to this homepage. And you're going to click on keys and create API key. Name your API key. You can set a credit limit. So let's just give it a random. So when you click create, it's going to give you an API, a new API key. You're going to copy it. You're going to paste it right here in your API keys tab, and then you're going to hit save. Next, what you'll need is a Google Calendar API access. For this, you'll need to go to your cloud, your Google Cloud. There's a lot of tutorial videos showing you how to do it. You're also going to need an Airtable account. So you're going to go to airtable.com, airtable.com, and you're going to set up an account with Airtable, and you're going to create a new workspace. Inside the workspace, you're going to create a base, and you're going to name it clinic database. And if you open it up, you're going to add a table called existing patients. And these are the columns you're going to add to your database. So the first name, last name, date of birth, gender, email, phone number, primary phone number, secondary, and created date. And once you've done so, you're going to click on your profile in your top right. You're going to go all the way to the Builder Hub. You're going to open it. And you make sure you select personal access tokens. You're going to create a new token. You're going to give it a name. You're going to select scope, select everything. So you'll select everything in this drop-down list. And you're going to add a base it needs to access. So you're going to select the clinic database, resources, going to add resources, so all current and future bases. And then you're going to click create token. It's gonna generate an API key. And if you go back to the workflow, you're going to add an Airtable tool, and you're going to create a new credential, and then you're going to paste your access token right here, rename it, and hit save. Now we are ready to go. Now let's go ahead and go back to Elevenlabs. So for Elevenlabs, you're going to go to this elevenlabs.io. You're going to set up an account with them. So this is what you're going to use for the voice agent. You're going to set up an account. So you'll click sign up. Once you sign up, it's going to take you to this homepage, and it will give you some free credits. So you don't really need to buy credits on the free plan. Then you're going to select conversational AI. You're going to select agents. Next, you're going to click on new agent to create a new agent, and then you're going to click blank template. And once you do so, it's going to bring you to this tab. So you're going to rename your AI agent, so to this clinic appointment agent, or whatever name you'd like. You're going to set the agent's language. So this is the primary language, and then the additional languages. So these are the options you've got. Next, you're going to type in the first message. So this is the first statement it's going to say when the call is initiated. And here you're going to give your AI voice agent a prompt. For this, I just use this AI feature from Elevenlabs. So it auto-generates the prompt. So I described what the agent is supposed to do, and it came up with this prompt. And I also added, so for the LLM, I'm using the Gemini 2.0 Flash. The temperature. So for the temperature, which determines the creativity, I left it at 0. All these other settings, I left them at default. And then I added a new tool. So I added a custom tool, gave it a name, n8n, gave it a description. Now this is how this voice agent is going to communicate with the n8n workflow. So it's going to communicate with the workflow using a webhook. So we've got a webhook right here. So we've added a webhook. So you're going to search for a webhook and include it in your workflow. And if you look closely, the HTTP method is post, and here we've renamed the path. So the path is this right here. That's why we are renaming to clinic webhook. And authentication is set to none. And we're going to respond using a respond to webhook node. So make sure to add this respond to webhook node as the very last node. And we are responding with all incoming items. Now, if you go back to the n8n, so for the tool, we named it n8n. We gave it a description and a method. It's post. So this right here. So HTTP method is post, And the URL, we're using a production URL, so we'll copy this, we'll paste it here. Next, we added body parameters, and we gave it a description. We added properties, so the string query, and the value is the LLM prompt, and we gave it a description. And that's it. I didn't really mess around with all these other settings. I left them as default. Now let's go back to our n8n workflow. The whole idea here is to have two agents, one handling the voice and the other agent, which is the n8n workflow, to handle the booking and adding a patient to the database. So this is how it's done. Let's take the personal assistant analogy for this case. So Amy, our Elevenlabs voice agent is called Amy, is like a brilliant personal assistant who screens your calls. So when someone calls your office wanting to schedule a meeting, your assistant doesn't immediately put them through to you. Instead, here's what they do. So they have a full conversation with you, and then they gather all the details throughout the chat, and then they send you one text. So for example, it will be like, John from ABC Corp wants to meet about a new project on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Will it work for you? Yeah, so that's how it operates. So it gathers all details, then gets to n8n. And so this voice agent does exactly that. So it has a complete conversation with the patient, gathers every detail naturally, and then it sends n8n one perfect summary. So for example, it's going to be book cardiology for Sarah Johnson, Tuesday, 2 p.m. And then n8n executes the clean request, so it does the booking. Now, if you look at the past execution, so you see, this is an example. So it told this n8n workflow. So the voice agent told this n8n workflow to check availability for a dentist appointment on tomorrow at 7:10 p.m. So that's an example. Now, let's go ahead and look at other parts of this workflow. So next we've got this AI agent. The source for the prompt is defined below, and the prompt is the query. So this right here from the webhook. And this is our system message. We've given it a super concise prompt. So we're just telling it that it's an assistant in charge of booking appointments in a clinic. And you're telling it how long appointments are supposed to run, so that it knows how to schedule the calendar, the Google Calendar. And then here we're telling it to, we are giving it specific instructions on how it's supposed to fill in certain columns in this database. So for example, the gender, we only want these characters to represent the gender, and a specific format for the date is what, and that's why we've got these instructions here. So for example, for the date, we want it to use this format. So year, month, and day. And we're also giving it the current time. Now for the chat model, we are using GPT 4.1 mini. And here we're using a simple memory, which is referencing the AI agent. It's reading all the data from the AI agent, which is this agent right here. Next, we're using an MCP client and server for the calendar and for the patient's database. So to add this, you're going to click on this plus icon. You're going to search for MCP, and then you're going to select the MCP client tool. You're going to rename it to this or something similar. And sorry, let me go back. And here it will require you to paste the SSE endpoint. So you are going, so this is for the existing patient's database. So you're going to add another MCP server Now you're going to add an MCP server. Remember, this right here was the MCP client tool. Now you need to add an MCP server trigger. And so you're going to search for it. So MCP server trigger. You're going to select it. And then you'll rename it right here. And now for the URL, you'll simply copy this URL right here and paste it in this client tool. You'll paste it here. You're going to do the same thing for this calendar MCP. And so let's go ahead and look at this calendar MCP server trigger. So it's got 4 tools. So we are using a Google Calendar tool, and for this, the operation is create. We are referencing the calendar. It's supposed to create an event, and the start and end date, we're leaving it to the AI figure it out. And we added additional fields. So we added so for additional fields, you're going to click this add field, and you're going to search for description and summary. Now, if you go back to your calendar, this right here, the title right here, is the summary, and this right here is the description. And then we are adding reminders. So it's going to send a reminder via email 24 hours before the appointment time and 60 minutes before the appointment time. Next, we've got the get calendar events. So it's using this tool. So the operation is get many. We are referencing the calendar it's supposed to get the events from. We have set a limit of 50. So for the after and before, we are leaving it to the AI to figure out the range it's supposed to fetch events from. And this tool is being used to check for availability in the calendar. Next, we've got the delete calendar event. The operation is delete, and for the event ID, we are leaving it to the AI to figure it out. Next, we've got the update calendar event. So operation is update. Here we are leaving the event ID to the AI to figure it out. And then we are setting reminders a day before and 60 minutes before. Next, we've got the check patient details or add new patient to the database if the patient isn't an existing patient. And for this, we're using an Airtable tool. So you'll search for Airtable. So you'll click on this plus icon right here and search Airtable. And here we are giving it, so you'll rename your tool to search record. The resource is record. The operation will be search. So the operation is search, and this is the tool that this AI agent uses to check if the caller is an existing patient. Next, if the caller is not an existing patient, you're going to add them to the records using this tool. So the same Airtable tool, but this time the resource is record. The operation is create, and here we are giving it the base. So it's this right here, the base we just created. So this clinic database. So we are telling it, okay, we want you to add a record to this base. So it's going to open this base, and then we are specifying which table it's supposed to add the record to. So it's going to say like, okay, let's add a record to this table right here, this table right here, and we are telling it what records it's supposed to fill in. So we are manually mapping it. So these are these columns right here. So we want it to fill in. So we want it to fill in the first name, the last name, date of birth, gender, email, phone number. We want it to leave out the phone secondary column and the created date. That's the only columns we want it to fill out. So that's why we've specified here. And remember, we've just left it to the AI to like figure it out. So to do that, you're going to click on this button right here. And that's it with the n8n workflow. Now let me quickly go back to the Elevenlabs prompt. Let me just walk you through how this Elevenlabs prompt. Let me quickly walk you through this Elevenlabs prompt. So during the initial conversation, it's supposed to greet the caller, then ask for the full name and contact number and reason for the appointment. And if the caller is a new patient, it's going to collect the details. So it will send all the patient details to this workflow right here. And then this workflow will know, okay, all right, so we've got a new patient. Let's add them to this database. And if it's an existing, it'll get your name and phone number, get back to this workflow, and then it's going to search the records. So if you're an existing patient, it's going to go ahead and do the booking. If the slot in the calendar is already booked, it suggests another slot and then does the booking. So that's all it does. So one important thing to note is this n8n tool. This is the most important thing because you need to instruct in this prompt this voice agent when it's supposed to call the n8n tool. So is it after it's gathered all details or is it at specific points? That's why you need to specify. Otherwise, it won't know when to call this workflow. And that's it with this workflow. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to leave a comment if you've got a question. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe.